Well, here we are again. I'm back after I said that I might be gone for a while. Either that's what I said or that's how I was implying. But I said that I'll be back before the year's out. And considering the fact that it's still November and it's still 2016, I say that I live up to that word. So here I am back with another movie review. Now, this time around, I said that I was going to do a review on Batman Returns. Well, guess what? I'm doing a movie review on Batman Returns. You can see that, right? Yeah, do a review on Batman Returns. Yeah, yeah. Last time I did a review on Batman, and I did it. I showed I displayed the tape. Well, considering the fact that this right here is a DVD, I would have shown you the tape. No, as a matter of fact, I would not have shown you the tape because I don't have the this particular movie on videotape like I did with Batman. I would have showed you a cassette tape, and unfortunately, I would have, but I couldn't because that tape is gone now. That tape is gone. I'll give you a little quick story before I do this review. A few years ago, I was watching that tape, and that tape had three movies on it: Conan the Barbarian, Rocky Four, and Batman Returns. Now, I used to watch that tape a lot. Before I had Batman Returns on it, I had Howling 2, you know, but it wasn't me that had it. It wasn't really my tape. It was my dad's tape. So I used to watch that tape a lot. Conan the Barbarian and Rocky Four. That's Schwarzenegger and Stallone right there. Both guys, man, both my heroes on the same tape. So that guess you know how I got introduced to those cats watching that tape. So yeah, I was watching that tape, and I watched the tape a lot. You know, those three movies. Conan, Rocky, and Howling 2. And then when Batman came around, I had to find some kind of tape, and my mom told me to tape over Howling 2. Yeah, because she didn't like that movie, so she wanted me to tape over it. But unfortunately, I had to do it. My dad liked the movie. My mom didn't like the movie. So, and I wanted Batman Returns. So I had to tape over Howling 2 to get to get Batman Returns. Lose one, gain one. Yeah. So lose a part two, gain a part two. So you know, unfortunately, things just have to work out that way. So push came to shove. Howling 2 was out. Batman Returns, Batman 2, whatever you want to call it, that was in. And I've been watching that tape a lot. I used to watch it. We used to watch it a lot. And I mean a lot. Okay? Instead of going outside and play, I was sitting there watching that tape, that videotape, watching those movies. So, as many times I watched Conan, many times I watched Rocky 4, many times I watched Howling 2 and Batman Returns, and many times that tape got fast forward and rewinded back, the more it was just getting used, okay? Fast forward and rewind it. mostly rewinding because you gotta after you finish the tape, rewind it back so you can set it up for your next viewing. You know, that's how it was a long time ago, kids. Before there was DVD. For you guys, before there was Blu-ray, there was videotape. Yep, videotape was the end thing, for us old folks. So, you know, before there was Netflix, Hulu, and, before there was streaming services on your internet provider, we had VCRs, we had DVD players, we had videotape, and we had disc players, disc. Movies started coming in on discs, compact discs. These things right here. This was our era. That videotape. So yeah, that's how it was, kids. Stroking my long gray beard. That's how it was, kids. Yeah, got no teeth there. That's how it was. That's how it was back in the day. I'm getting older by the second. Okay, enough of this jaw jacking. Time for me to do what I came here to do. Time for me to do another movie review on Batman Returns. Yeah, Batman Returns came out in 1992, starring Michael Keaton. Came back as Batman, starring Danny DeVito, playing the Penguin. Yeah, you see, this one had the Penguin and Catwoman. The first one had the Joker, and only the Joker. So this one had the Penguin and Catwoman. This was the start of the 2 against 1, the 2 against 1 era in the superhero movies. And this was the start of it. So Batman, he had to not just take on just the Penguin, but he had to take on Catwoman too. So yeah, you'll be seeing a lot more of these in future superhero movies. Not just in Batman, but you got X-Men and Spider-Man and Fantastic Four and all the way up to Doctor Strange. Now, I haven't seen that movie yet, so I don't know how many people he took on. So, but this right here, you had, this was the start of it, the 2 against 1 thing. So, you had Batman versus Penguin and Catwoman. Penguin and Catwoman joining forces to take on Batman, to take out the Batman. That was pretty much the plot of the movie, and then there was like a subplot with this character named Max Schreck, who is not an actual character in the comics. Okay, they had Christopher Walken in this movie, and how can you know Christopher Walken? So once he signed on to do the movie, they created a new character for him, so just for him. Okay. This character did not appear in anything else. Nothing animated, not in the comics, not even in the newer comics that came out right after this movie. We didn't see no Max Schreck. Okay, hell, they even named the character after an actor in the old century. Back in the 1930s or 1920s, when the silent movie era was going on, and there was a movie called Nosferatu, the original vampire movie. The very first vampire movie ever made was Nosferatu, a silent film. You should go and check that out. It's real good. Okay, if you've seen the movie Fright Night, then Nosferatu, guess what? That concept came first. Okay, Fright Night is practically Nosferatu. Vampire lives next door to somebody, and he preys on the next door neighbor's girlfriend, and boy, just like it, just like it. But hey, it's a real good movie. You should go and look for it. It's out there. Believe me. As many times I've seen it, or as many times I've seen it and read it, because it's a silent film. It's a real good movie. Check it out. Nosferatu, starring a man named Max Schreck as the vampire Nosferatu. But besides that, this movie, Batman Returns, this character, Max Schreck, he's a businessman. Tough, yes. Shrewd, okay. But this does not make him a monster. So, here I go again, quoting movie lines, huh? It's not even a quote a day. But yeah, that's exactly what he is, man. He's a businessman. So, he's a businessman, pretty much using his greed to his advantage, because he was having plans to build a power plant, so he can have the citizens of Gotham think that he will be generating a lot of power throughout the city, and the city will be lit up like a blink of stars, and the city will be it will last a long time under a lot of energy. But his real plan was to take the power of Gotham and suck it dry, storing it, stockpiling it. That was his real plan. So, when all this was uncovered by his secretary, she would like to refer to herself as the executive assistant, but she's really a secretary. Oh yeah, Selena Kyle, that's her name. You'll know her by her later. But yeah, when she uncovered this, he had to get rid of her. So how did he do it? Pushed her ass right out the window. Wow, that was crazy. I tell you, man, the first time I saw that, that was a hell of a surprise. Did not expect that to happen. Didn't know he was going to kill her. Not like that. We had a feeling that he was going to kill her, but he didn't know that he was going to kill her just by pushing her out the window. I mean, jeez, whew. Talk about brutal, man. But hey, that's how it was done. That's how it was, man. I mean, yeah, he pushed her right out the window. Craziness. But yep, that's how it was, man. So when she went out, hit that ground, she was brought back by cats. Now this is a real crazy Tim Burton-esque type of direction here, I mean, the person that wrote this movie, the person that wrote this movie, Daniel Waters. I don't know what he had going on. I mean, he and Sam Hamm did the story. Sam Hamm came back and did the story, but Daniel Waters was the one that wrote the movie. And I don't know what was going through his head when he came up with the origin story for Catwoman, but that's what we got in this movie. I mean, it's not exactly the same origin story that I knew about. in the comics. She didn't get no feline-like abilities. You know, but hey, I digress. This is Hollywood. It's in the comic book industry, which is much better. And it's in the comic book industry. This is Hollywood. They'll write anything and make you believe it. So she comes back, pretty much. It's like crow-like, a crow-like thing. An animal bring her back from the dead. Now she's almost irrelevant. She's um, damn, revenant. She's a revenant now. So yeah, she's not quite alive, not quite dead, not quite in this world, not quite in the next world. She's just here. She's alive, but not quite alive. So you know, came back like a zombie state, but she's alive, but not quite alive. And that's just for Catwoman. But the Penguin, he was born like that. Okay, the movie started out as him, being born. We didn't see the birth. We saw his daddy, played by Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman. We saw that. We saw, him, waiting on the birth to happen, and when he found out that his kid is grotesque, when they both found out that their kid was grotesque, they did something about it. They took him in that baby carriage and threw him over a bridge. They ain't want nothing to do with that kid no more. So they gave him the old heave ho off the bridge into the river, which led down into the sewers, and that's where he lived for 33 years. So, Penguin, 33 years old, and he's the live, full-grown man and bird penguin. Nothing like the Burgess Meredith penguin. Nothing like that. No. This was a brooding, angry, enraged penguin. And when I watched this movie, when I watched it again, before I did this review, I noticed something I never noticed before, because I wasn't thinking about it before, because I was watching it for fun, watching it for entertainment before. Right now, when I saw it again, I watched it as work. So, I had to really look into it, and I noticed something I never noticed before. This guy hates being lonely, when he sees that the people around him, just leave, walk away from him. It pretty much enraged him, He's seeing the very thing that the very people that the very individuals that that he trusts and let into his circle, let into his life, pretty much became like a family member to him, because he never had that, because his mommy and daddy gave him the heave ho 33 years ago. So, when he see that his people are leaving him, whether it's Max Shrek or his gang, the Red Triangle Circus gang, he just go crazy. So, I never noticed that, but yeah, the thought of loneliness, it consumes his rage. The only things has kept him company. The only thing that kept him around, kept him sane, was his penguins. He had this army of penguins all around him. That was his actual family. Those were the things that raised him. He was raised by penguins. So yeah, when the end of the movie, when the penguin died, spoilers. Yes, this is a spoiler review. Yeah, yeah. Even though everybody's seen this movie, I'm gonna give this as a spoiler review. So yeah, right here, spoilers, right here. This is a spoiler review. So at the end of the movie, when the penguin died, spoilers, is the most symbolic thing that has ever you can ever see. You know, the death of the penguin. Now it's time for his funeral. So these 6 penguins walk out, and 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and they are pretty much dragging his body or carrying his body. You know, 6 people carrying a dead body to a burial site. What does that remind you of at a funeral? What does that remind you of? So those penguins, man, they showed up as pallbearers. 3 on one side, 3 on the other, carrying the body into that water, which is his burial site, which is his grave. Send him to his watery grave. And the shot of a dead penguin, just descending down, and all the bubbles coming up. Those bubbles are really tears from his children. When dad dies and your children, your loved ones, have to carry your dead body in the casket right into the hole. And then you looking down and tears are streaming down your eyes. Rest in peace to the loved one. That's exactly what that was. That's exactly what that was. The whole thing, very symbolic, very beautiful. I love that. I love that ending. Now I figured that out long before I did started doing this review. So that's one of the most beautiful things you could ever see, though. That's that nice little funeral scene for the penguin. So yeah, penguin dies. Hell of a symbolic imagery. When Catwoman came back, hell of a weird imagery. But yeah, this movie though, this movie is. This movie Batman. This movie, Batman Returns, is a lot better than the first movie. It's a lot better, much better. I mean, hell, this movie, even though it was a pretty dark movie, dark in tone, it was still funny, wild, imaginative, a visual marvel. That's what the review said. Yep. I ain't come up with that. That's what the review said. A reporter from Newsweek back in 1992. That's what the review said. Speaking of Batman, Batman Returns. See that? Yeah, that's my 12-inch Batman figure. I had that for years. Years. I think it was past 92, man. I remember a long time ago. But back when when I was a little kid, I was getting the Batman action figures, and on the back of the action figures on the back of that box. The back of the board anyway. You got more action figures. That comes with this one. So on the back of it, they had a 12-inch Batman. I always wanted that thing. The 12-inch Batman from Batman Returns. I always wanted it. Always wanted it. But no, I ain't know where to find it. Then of course you can find it at a toy store, or a toy department at the grocery store or whatever. But hey, I ain't know what to. I ain't know where to get it. I mean, at that time, me being just a little kid, just a little tight, I ain't know where to find that thing, but I always wanted it, I always wanted it. One day, I think it was back in 94, 95, something like that. One day, man, parents got me this thing. They found it at some type of antique store, and yeah, the 12-inch Batman figure. The 12-inch. Some dust collecting on this thing. A lot of dust collecting on this thing. Yeah, but this is it, man. The 12-inch Batman figure that I always wanted. I always wanted to see where it came from. How you can get it like that. But yeah, this is it, man. This is the thing that they got from the antique store. Surprised the hell out of me with one day. Yeah, I'm a little boy, and this is one of the things I got, and I kept this sucker the whole time. You never really used it for much. But yeah, this is the same Batman from Batman Returns. The same look. Keaton's face right here, his eyes. Remember I told you about Keaton's eyes. How it was always in the light. You know, in that last review. If you saw the last review, click right here if you didn't see it. So yeah, this right here, this is the Michael Keaton Batman from Batman Returns. Yeah, yeah, Keaton's face, the same kind of body armor that the new costume had. You can see that mechanical look, not the anatomical look that was on the first costume, but you get this mechanical look here. And the gloves. You get to see some full detail on the gloves. His arms, legs, boots. I mean, this is it, man. This is the shit right here. This was the shit for me. I kept this thing perched high on top of my mirror, like now. Kept this thing always perched high someplace. This is it. I had a lot of action figures too. A lot of Batman action figures, whether it was a movie or animated series, I had a lot of them a long time ago when I was little. So, but yeah, I guess you could say that this is my guardian, Batman watching over me. And that's all the thing to do. You can just move the arms. That's it. Can't move the head. Just move the arms. That's it. That's all. That's all this thing can do. You can move the arms. Oh, getting stuff. Need to move me some more, huh, Batman? Yeah, move the arms and the cape. More details on them. More details on his back. But yep, this is it, man. That's what I had. Had him perched high all the time. anywhere. Perch high, any and everywhere. Yeah, just in my pants on camera. How weird did that look? I mean, the whole thing. I was personally playing with a Batman action figure. Me, 34 years old, playing with a toy. It's not exactly an action figure. That's more of a doll. What the hell? I got a doll? A doll? It's time to grow up, kid. But yeah, I tell you though, this movie, Batman Returns, this was a real good movie. Much better than the first. And the first, the first movie, like I said in the other review, which you can see right here, the other review of Batman. Like I said in that one, that was pretty much. If you look back on it now, it's an overrated movie, you know. But this movie right here, Batman Returns, this particular movie, it still holds up. Now, it don't have a banging soundtrack, a booming soundtrack like the first one did, but the movie, the music in this movie, Danny Elfman did some of the best score from this movie. The best score. I cannot emphasize that word hard enough, but god damn it, man, he did the best score he had ever done, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, because I love Danny Elfman's work and the score he did in Batman Returns. That is the best score I've ever heard. The best score that I've ever heard him put out. So good. So good. I mean, usually, people, they don't stay for the closing credits. I mean, they do now, especially if you're watching superhero movies. You gotta stay for the closing credits in those Marvel films because they're going to hit you with the epilogue and a prelude to the next one. So yeah, this movie right here, this particular movie right here, Batman Returns, just gotta stay. I just gotta stay for the closing credits because that's some of the best piece of music Danny Elfman has put out. Some of the best, bar none. I gotta say that, man, straight from the heart. Straight from the heart. I gotta say that. The best ever done. So yeah, man. If you have a chance to watch this movie again, watch it for the first time, stay for the credits. You see what I mean? And then there's this one song that I cannot pronounce this artist's name. I cannot pronounce it for the hell of me. I mean, I think it's Susie, even though it's not spelled Susie. It's spelled SIOUXI UXSIE. So I think anyway that's spelled Susie and the Banshees. Susie and the Banshees. You know. I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, then type in Susie and the Banshees, SIOUXSIE and the Banshees. Type in that name and type in this song called Face to Face. Danny Elfman did the arrangement on that song too. But that's a hell of a song, man. I tell you. I wish I had the song here with me. I'm playing that right there on my radio there. A tape. Playing the tape right there. I would do that. if I had a song, but I don't. That's all right though. You got this movie. Hell, I got YouTube. Hell, as a matter of fact, I should look that song up myself and put it in my playlist, Killer Soundtracks, because it is a soundtrack. So I just might do that. So yeah, putting out this putting out this review a week before Thanksgiving because I won't be doing much because I'll be locked in the kitchen. So I'm doing it now. Get out the way. So yeah, man. What much do I got to tell? I mean, this is a very damn good movie, and Batman. You saw a lot more Batman in this movie than you saw Bruce Wayne. I tell you that. I'll tell you this one part of the movie that is just real good. The movie is set around Christmas time. Yeah, real funny. I'm doing this movie around Thanksgiving time, and this movie is pretty much a Christmas movie. Do you really have to watch this movie on Christmas? Come on, really? I mean, that's my day a long time ago. I used to have this whole setup, a whole week long setup. Nothing but holiday movies. 2 in 1 day. Each day, 2 movies. 1 day. Every single movie had a Christmas theme. Start off with Home Alone on December 20th. I'll start off with Home Alone and Home Alone 2. And then the next day, I will watch another movie with a Christmas theme. And then the next day, another one. Two more movies with a Christmas theme. And I always end it on, yeah, I always end it on Christmas Day by watching a real Christmas movie, Sometimes it'll be a Christmas story. Yeah, sometimes it'll be a Christmas story. But, well, Christmas story is going to be on in the day anyway. I watch this thing at night. But yeah, the Santa Claus, that's what I watch it with. The Santa Claus and Santa Claus 2. Santa Claus 3 wasn't that good. But the Santa Claus and Santa Claus 2, I watch it on 25th because, Santa Claus. But, but when I watch Batman, I always watch it on Christmas Eve. So, Batman Returns and Lethal Weapon. And I said it's a Christmas theme, right? Yeah, do Lethal Weapon count as a Christmas movie because it was set on Christmas? Unfortunately, yes. Like Die Hard, you gotta watch it on Christmas. No, you don't. Come on. If you're a real bro, you ain't gotta watch Die Hard on Christmas, okay? Why does everything gotta be a theme? I shouldn't be talking. After what I did in October, boy, got my sleep patterns back in order. But yeah, me watching this movie on around Thanksgiving, even though it's a Christmas movie, you ain't gotta watch it on Christmas only. You can watch it anytime you want. It's your prerogative. Do what you want to do. Your prerogative. Well, anyway. There's not much what I gotta say about this movie. I mean, it's a real good movie, and you saw more Batman in it than you saw in the first one. Penguin, he's a very dynamic character. More different than what you saw in the 1960s TV show. Catwoman, a real sexy ass character. Michelle Pfeiffer. In that outfit there. Whew. Putting a rooftop battle between she and Batman, kick the shit out of her. To Batman came up with some defense, knocked the hell out of her, and then she pretty much knocked him over the roof with that whip. But yeah, I tell you though, yeah, it was a pretty good. It's a pretty good fight scene, especially this fight in the street, man. When Batman was taking on the Red Circus, the Red Triangle Circus Gang. You know, a real good street fight. You know, giving out a kick and then getting out a punch. You know, he got this real cool remote control batarang. Took out one guy, took out another guy, took out another guy, and went for a fourth. But her little dog jumped in and caught it with his teeth. Real cute. Hey, just said that this movie is funny, right? Funny, wild, imaginative, a visual marvel. So yeah, man. If you ever have the chance to check out this movie, you know, if you're an HBO subscriber, then you should check out this movie because it's on HBO right now. So yeah, if you have a chance to check out this movie, go ahead, check it out, man. If you have a chance to check it out for the first time, first of all, what the hell is wrong with you? Secondly, go and check this movie out. You got my blessing. Check the movie out anyway. It's real good. Trust me. Yeah, so what more do I gotta say on this movie? Pretty much not much. I don't think I did any rambling, so this movie. Check out this movie. Check out the song by Susie and the Banshees. If you want me to spell it out again, I will. If you haven't done it yet already. If you skip the rest of this review, Susie and the Banshees. Susie. SIOUXSIE and the Banshees. The song is called Face to Face. It's a real good song, So I saw the video. As a matter of fact, this movie had the video in it, the music video. It's on. It's a 2-disc. But yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah. Let me talk about this DVD though. Let me talk about this DVD. Yeah, it's a 2-disc. The first disc got the movie, and the second disc it got the not only the some real good special features. They got this nice little documentary on the movie. As a matter of fact, this documentary was a TV special I remember watching a long time ago. I think it was it aired on they aired on NBC a long time ago. And I sat down and watched it, and when I saw it on air, man, talk about nostalgia. Man, it took me back, baby. Took me back. Took me back. But yeah, man, I tell you. Yeah. Yeah, this this DVD right here is part of a 4-movie collection. A 4-movie collection box set. Batman, this one, and then you got the 2 Schumachers that nobody care about, Batman Forever and Batman Robin. But if you're going to go and collect that box set, if you're going to collect that box set, then cool, go ahead, collect the box set. I'm sure there are people out there that actually do like Batman and Robin. Batman Forever, that was a pretty good movie too. In my opinion, I will give that a little bit of an opinion. In the next review, yes, I will be doing a review on Batman Forever. Yep. Yes, I will be doing that. I got to mention the fact that they used 2 very different looking men to play Harvey Dent. Not in that movie, but in the first one they used a man to play Harvey Dent. A very different looking man to play Harvey Dent. And the second movie, in Batman, Batman Forever, they use another different looking man. I don't have a white guy here, so I had to. Another different looking man. The wall is white. I'm sorry, but yeah. So I had to. I had to throw out something that may sound funny, that may not sound funny. It may sound racist. It may not sound racist. But I'm gonna make the joke anyway. That's gonna be the next review. When that next review is gonna happen, I do not know. Maybe next month. Maybe next year. Let's see what happens. I just might throw this out before the year ends. I just might consider my track record of throwing these out every other month. These movie reviews, except for the first American Ninja. You know, I did that few months back, and it took me exactly 9 months to put out another review on American Ninja 2. So, considering my track record, I've been lagging a bit. Well, I could have put out a review on this movie, but I was very busy in October. I was very busy in October. Okay, I did not have time for anything else. Okay, the thing that I was doing in October, the thing I was doing in October, boy, it's like a challenge to me. It's like a personal challenge. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. So um, yeah, that's all. I guess that's it. You know, I'm not gonna stay too long. I know you guys are busy, so I'm not gonna stay that long. Stay long enough. So Batman Returns. I rate this movie 4.5 stars out of 5. 4.5 stars. I rate this movie that. It's that good. It's that good. I didn't give a rating on the first Batman movie, did I? Well, considering the fact that I said that this movie is better than the first movie, I really can't give it 5 stars. So I just give it 4 stars. It's a good movie, but this movie is better. It's not the best movie, but it's a better movie than the first one. I mean, the action, this movie had a lot more action. It was semi-action packed. It had a pretty good story too. It had a nice little decent story. It's semi-action packed, but this movie, a lot of action. You know, the suit. If you saw the suit looks a lot better than the original one. And you know, Michael Keaton, he got more comfortable doing this role. You can tell. Since he did it before, he knows what to what to expect from this character, from this from the demeanor of wearing that costume again. You know, so yeah, a lot more action. Keaton is much more comfortable playing Batman. Penguin, much more dynamic. A much more dynamic character. You know, Catwoman, a very, very, very sexy character. Just the pussy I've been looking for. That's the quote of the day for tonight. I'll tell you that. If you're watching this movie, if you're watching this review, you'll see that. You see that I made that the quote other day on Facebook. So give that a thumbs up, most definitely. What do you see? What do you see what I do with it too? If you have seen it, then give that a thumbs up, most definitely. Hell, even give it a comment. I don't care. Hell, do what you do. Uh, whoever's watching this, check me out on Facebook if you haven't already. I got a link in my on my YouTube channel. So yeah. So yeah, that's it, man. That's it. I'm not gonna stay long enough. You know, been 50 minutes. I'm not gonna do it for an hour. So yeah, you guys go and take care of yourselves. And when I come back, maybe next month, maybe in January 2017, I will give you another movie review, and it will be on Batman Forever. So you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next review.